How you doing today? I hope you're feeling like me, because once again, I'm feeling amazing. Well, let me start off by saying this. Everything I do is for funny gains, information, entertainment, educational purposes only. I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to, not because somebody told you to. With that being said, I know my rights. So y'all know me, MB, and my co-host.
What it do, Ethy? How y'all doing this evening, yo? One more night, one more what the Monday. Let's get it started, MB. What you got for us today?
Man, there's always stuff out there. I think we're gonna talk about a little bit of this U.S. draft. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Trump. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Gervonta Davis. Then we're gonna talk about a little bit about the draft and these people that are, well, let's say the youngsters that are 18 through 26. But before we get into that, I always have to hit them with
Run it.
under the fair use doctrine of the U.S. copyright statute, it is permissible to use limited portions of a work, including quotes, for the purpose such as commentary, criticism, news, and reporting, and scholarly reports. Money boy in the building. I know my rights, and all my rights are reserved.
The full message.
Oh, it was the full message.
Oh, maybe it might have just been me then. I didn't get the full message. Well, maybe that message wasn't for me.
You crazy. What's up, Sharon? She are in the build. Man, hold on. Let me go to put that link out there.
Sharon always, I was getting ready to say, you got to make sure you shoot that link because Sharon is always with us in the building. Sharon is always caring, I swear. We're going to have to do something for our number one fan, our usher right there. No Diddy.
You be having
uh,
but yeah. So all right. So we're gonna start out with some real important topic. So today we're gonna talk about this here draft. Because I had my sons over on Father's Day, and I was talking to them about the draft, and I was talking to them about how they're getting ready to force people to go, and they was like, "Oh no, not me, Poppy, not me."
oh.
Hey, they was bucking up. You know how the young ones do.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So I was like, nah, sons, look at this. And I started showing them this right here. Is there a U.S. military draft in 2024? Right? Oh man, I'm
Mhm.
all wrong. I'm all dealing with the other laptop. Oh,
Don't worry. I think I'm going to have to come right back because my screen froze up. So don't worry. I'll be right back.
got you.
It's acting like it don't want to cooperate with me.
Yeah, because this is what I want people to see right here. Right there. Los Angeles.
Okay, here we go.
It say Los Angeles. The House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday, automatically registering men aged 18 through 26 for selective service. Now, I remember back when I was 18, when I first turned 18 after graduating out of high school. And remember, we found that selective service number.
Well, we certainly did. We found ours individually.
Yeah.
What it do, MW? What it do?
Them
Welcome to
good
the
out
show.
there.
Yeah, I
Where-
see MW out there. What up? What up? How you doing? Now that selective service, bro, you gotta remember when they do that, they saying no matter what, from the time you turn 18, at that moment, whether you're in high school or not, you automatically registered, like being registered to vote.
Yeah.
And it don't matter whether you actually go in or if you don't. you still in that number. So if they do decide to go ahead and have a draft, it's like when they put the numbers in the lottery and they shake them up in the box.
Oh.
And then whatever numbers come out, and they say, okay, these numbers from this set to this set will all be drafted over. These
Mm.
report for the draft, or they'll say, these birthdays, or a certain select individuals. They'll say these numbers basically got to go, and at that point, those people that have numbers that end in say even numbers all got to go report in. Anybody that got an odd number, they missed the draft that time.
Mm.
That's kind of how that works out. And yeah, you're right when it comes to our boys, because you got, 3 and I got 2, which means one of them can go.
And all three of mine is in this age right here, 18 through 26.
Yeah, mine are getting ready to pull up on that. So they'll be just missing the registration of you have to.
It all depends on how long they keep this up for, because back in the day, they weren't even tripping off no drafts and stuff unless they were about to be a war or something that was major about to happen.
But see, you also have to think we've been in conflict since the early 1900s. We never stopped being in war.
Mm.
If you notice, every time you think about it, they say this war is going on, but when have they ever said the war has ended? They always say we're withdrawing our troops, but they never said the war officially ended. You realize the Korean War just ended like over the last couple of years? That war started back in 19 what? 50s, 60s, and it just ended.
Yeah, that's
That
not good.
they considered it just a conflict for so long. I mean, if me and you have an issue and we talking back and forth and we have a dispute and it goes on for years, would that be considered a war, a fight, or just a conflict?
Yeah, you can't be just mad at people forever. That's like,
I mean, but they got cultural reasons for why they upset. They fighting over land, national land. Oh, hold on. Takes us back to a lot of the other things. Back to that land. That's what they fighting over, is that land. Period.
mm,
Because China says some of Korea is theirs. Korea says all of Korea is ours.
and they like, nah, bueno. No,
Yeah,
a nickel bag of land gets sold in this world. I want my end.
I want my end. That's what China's telling. That's what China's telling them on that side of the world. I want my end.
Mm, that's crazy.
But see, some of those wars that was fought over land that wasn't even, that's a whole nother conversation. But some of them wars was fought over land that wasn't even pertaining to the area that the fight was going over.
True. Well,
So
now, well, about this draft, you know how they was doing all this, and I don't want to say that, but helping Ukraine, and now here it is with our own people on our own soil. What about all of the homeless people and all this? And now they want to force our youngsters to go. Some of them
yeah,
was out there that was, I ain't gonna say um my son, your son, Sharon's son, M Dub's son, some people's sons that we know, but some other kids out there was just turned up.
hey, somebody gonna think I'm wrong for saying this, but I'm gonna say it to say it in a manner that hey, it gives them some constructive structure. All these kids running around that's constantly going back and forth. Not the ones that make the one mistake, and they change their life. We talking about the ones that got the rap sheet longer than their body.
Mm.
Them the ones you send straight to the military to get that discipline and a change in their life with a career and a job with some skills when they get out.
And they gonna get paid.
And they gonna get paid instead of just being running around here acting like they ain't got nothing else to do except for steal somebody's car that they done worked hard for. You see what I'm saying? You take
It's
all them kids that's stuck in that, and they right there in that age group. You wouldn't even have to hit the draft.
I
You
know.
wouldn't even have to hit the draft. Think about it.
That's why the question is this draft good or bad? It depends on how you look at it. We just seen another video out here in California. 20 people in mass hit the jewelry store.
Mm,
20 of them.
mm,
I ain't gonna say they was under 18, but at least I know the ones that were 18 through 26.
mm.
So if they would have had a better way out than doing stuff like that, how would it be? And do you think that was set up that way? So then now they can force our kids to go into the draft. They
Ooh,
allow this. They defund the police.
ooh. You hit a whole nother angle I wasn't even thinking about. MB, I wasn't even thinking about that because just as I was saying about the kids, and you saying that does give them that option that when they take them into the courthouse, which they already don't know what they're doing in the courthouse, to go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give you the option of going to jail or going to the military.
Exactly.
And in turn, 9 times out of 10, most of them, if they think hard enough, and it shouldn't be a hard thought, they should go. They're gonna go to the military.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I had
you think most of them going to jail?
I had two of them said I'd rather sit in jail.
Oh,
Some Muhammad
oh.
Ali type stuff. Like,
Now
nah,
that that's one of those. Oh, so you wouldn't rather have your basically your freedom, make money, and learn a skill over the same amount of time, actually less time, because depending on what the charge is that you got hit with, you might end up sitting down for a minute.
a
But you
minute
will only have to do 4 to 8 years in the military and be out
and get paid. And don't forget
and
about
get paid with skills.
with skill, with insurance. But I ain't pumping up no man's army though, because
No, I ain't pumping up no man's army. I'm just saying, look at your decisions and what you got on the table first before you make your choice.
exactly.
Balance out the scales.
Because now
Balance out the scales.
they forcing the young people to do it. So now we at least gotta be like, hey, if they force y'all to go, make sure you going in to get a skill and coming out with a will.
Mm-hmm.
Going in to get a skill and coming out with a will. Make sure you got your stuff right, man. Just don't get deboed into something and then don't benefit to the best of your abilities. Like, nah, that's not where it's at. Now, all right, so we can jump from that to let's jump over to this. Rawr, arr,
What you got for us coming up next?
arr. Youngsters ain't the only one with a mug shot. Arr.
Oh, who got the newest mugshot now? Please don't say it's Jay Z.
No, it's D T.
Oh,
Is DT or what they call him Donald J. Trump.
oh,
This is his mugshot from August 24th, 2023. You
oh,
know.
that's last year's shot. They hit
Yeah,
you with
this is
last
last
year's
year's shot, but with updated information. Because if you really think about it, he's getting ready to say this thing once again: election interference.
huh.
Come on now. He said
Boom.
time. Election interference.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Now, do they think that's supposed to hurt him or help him? Because now he got a mugshot.
Mm. Well, I had a question. How many congressional members have mugshots? I'm
Man,
just asking. That's just my question. And if they can answer that question for me, honestly, then I'll say I don't think it should hurt him. Because if that many people in Congress got mugshots and they still there, why they be looking at the rest of us?
because we know how it is. We know how it is.
I know, I'm just saying though, it's one of those, if you can sit there and look at, well, this man has election fraud. Oh, oh, and they even say who's going to be the one to interfere.
Yeah. Now, come on now.
That's the crazy part about it. This time it's not going to be Russia. No, 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 no. This time it's going to be much closer to home.
It's like they always got something.
Hey, you know who it's going to be this time?
Who?
It's going to be Cuba.
Did say something about Cuba because I was like, did y'all hear that?
What it do, Showtime? How you doing? Let me
Showtime is
see.
building.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to share this with you, bro.
No, I'm over here looking all at the other screen. That's why I'm like, huh?
Here you go. It's Cuba will attempt to influence the U.S. elections in 2024.
Hold on, let me see. I gotta come back over to the screen because I can't see. I was looking somewhere else. Showtime is in the building. See, got me feeling like when Midwest used to say we riding through New York. Shoot 'em up, bang, bang, bang. Oh, he just got in from the plantation. Man, that's why. Show, show. What do you think about this draft stuff? They tripping, show. They tripping. Okay, let me see. You want to share your screen? Boom.
Boom. I'll start at the top. It tell you right there in the headline who's doing it this year. It gave it to you in the headline who's doing it this year. They said since it wasn't Russia last time, we're gonna go ahead and get it a little closer to home this time, and we're gonna say it's Cuba. Now we didn't had diplomatic peace for the most part with Cuba for years. For years. Now I know they might be a little upset about, um, if I'm correct, was it Gaddafi? I think it was Gaddafi that was the leader of Cuba, and they
Back.
they they, they killed
No,
him.
you talking
No, it
about
wasn't Gaddafi.
Fidel
It was Castro. That's the one. Castro. Castro. Yeah. And so we've been pretty peaceful since then. But like we say, once they start letting all them documents and information come out, and people start finding out the truth about what happened, I mean, Cuba might have found out the truth about what really happened. Who knows? But I don't think they going, you know, go as far as to be into the election like that.
You see
But
how they always trying to say everything is rigged. I say all this stuff is nothing but a distraction.
smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors.
You know, I say all this is a distraction, all the way to oh, oh yeah. Hold on, what they said right there? Exactly. The law was passed. That damn law was passed about the draft. But I say it was a distraction because a lot of people didn't even know that law was being passed. How many people would have voted on that? How many people would have allowed that to go through? Why would they force people to go to the draft when didn't you just say, bro, 100 police officers in Ohio just quit?
Yes. In fact, I'm about to go and find that since you brought it up. Because yes, that is very true. Um, it was something like 100 of them
Come
out
on,
here.
like no police, no army, no navy. We not hitting quota. Now we finna to just make people do it. So either people is now finna to willingly become officers, or they finna to be forced to go to the military. Something they finna to be forced to do something. They not finna to just be laying around here, laying around America. But yet they just had that open border policy. Now, are they gonna allow all those people that they allowed to come across the border? Are they gonna allow them to go into the army? Are they gonna force them?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Because come on now, people wanna come, but some people here are lazy. Just, it's just point blank. Some people are lazy. But no matter what, in order for people to be lazy, somebody has to protect this land that they being lazy on. This is the only land that's like this. Why you think they wanna come here? So shouldn't our lazy people wanna defend it?
Hmm. Hmm.
Snooze, you lose.
Sharon said everybody distracted by the diddler.
Yeah, they are. They are by the dealer. Come on now.
True.
That was one. The Diddler was one. Kendrick Lamar and Drake was 2. Um, these fights with Gervonta Davis and who else? The other fight, the one that was the fight of the year to me.
It was supposed to be Tyson and Jake Paul.
No, the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight. That one,
Oh.
all this stuff was distractions. Like, how many people notice that we even have a tanker ship right now in the water, and we're damn near in other people's water, other people's territory, and they ready to shoot us down within our sensors only go up within 10 seconds. They got 10 seconds to make a decision. That's how close they are to being shot up. So if you hear that warning, they got 10 seconds. All because of hold on, let me see. Did I even pull that up? Of Russia joining forces with China. I believe it was China, Russia and China. Because with them two powerhouses coming together, then they would have enough people in their militaries to try to cover us. That's why now they need to draft our young people to bulk up our military. Our
Which would actually be the in order to protect our borders, that would be the thing to do because military wise, um, China and Russia individually. America could deal with each one of them individually. But for them to be together, because you got to remember, at one point in time, there were the big three. It was America, China, and Russia. Those were the three superpowers because they were the only ones that had nuclear weapons. Now you can get nuclear weapons pretty much on the black market going down the block. And so because of that, you got a lot more other countries that are, they got bigger weapons, but they don't have as big of weapons as the superpowers do. Now you get two of those superpowers uniting, that throws the balance off. It's like Godzilla and King Kong and Mothra.
True.
You see what I'm saying? That threw the balance off. And now Godzilla and King Kong can beat the other, Titan because they've come together and they've thrown the balance off instead of fighting against each other. Because think about how close China and Russia are. If they really wanted to fight with each other and destroy each other, they could. They're neighbors. But for either one of them to try to get over to America, they got to come across the water. The last time they did that, Japan came across the water, and that's when, they kamikazed Hawaii.
Mm.
Didn't make it to California. Well, they did, because that's when they was going underneath the San Francisco Bridge and all of that.
Francisco Bridge. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So that's that. But that's the closest that the United States, besides 9/11, that we've ever had our borders breached. That's why 9/11 was such a big event, because it was one of those, hey, we've never been attacked really on American soil. And so for it to happen, it was an inside job. It had to have come from the inside of America. And as they found out, it did. They had a person that was placed over here, went to school over here, learned how to fly over here. The next thing you know, what happened? Boom. Plan goes into action. He's already here.
Yeah.
So that was the only way for it to happen, Trojan horses.
So all right. So as I went back to the other screen and it said who needs to register. These are all the people that's gonna be forced into the draft. Just like I said though, look at number 3. Immigrants, legal permanent resident, and I can't see. Undocumented immigrants. And then the asylum seekers. Anybody that's trying to come over here with dual citizenship and stuff like that. Oh, y'all want to come over here to America? Well, guess what y'all gonna have to do at the same time? Y'all gotta get ready to shoot them up, bang, bang, and defend this land.
Yep, that's what they're gonna make them do. Oh, so think about all the refugees that just came over here from like Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, Africa, Sudan, all of them places. Guess what? Now you got to go back to your country and fight against your countrymen if need be.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yes, sir. They like, y'all want to come over here? Y'all want to?
You're going to have to stand up. Oh, transgender people who were assigned male gender at birth. Whoa. So now, if that male went ahead and became female, they still got to go and register.
They still
They
got,
still got to go sign that paper, sign on that line,
even if you got a disability, guess what?
sign on that line.
Still got to go. If you
Hold
a
on, hold on.
military,
Now, this is the kicker here.
yeah,
If you are a military veteran or a military reservist, you are still required to register with Selective Service.
sis,
However, If you served in the armed forces and are 26 or older but failed to register, your DD 214 is evidence that your failure to register was not knowing and willful.
Whoa.
Oh, they just hit you with the poo poo. Did you see that?
They don't understand that.
Did you see how they hit you with the double uppercut on that one? They said now if you're 26 or older but failed to register and you had already served, that means you already did your time. Bro, if I do my time and you still come back looking for me, bro, we got a problem. We got a problem because you telling me just because I got my DD 214 and I'm out of there. Well, hold on. Now, I know where they're trying to. This is the gray area. I'm about to tell you. This is the gray area right here on that. Now, most people don't understand that when you join the military and they say, "Why don't you go ahead and sign for that 4 years?" What they don't tell you is on the back side of that, you have what they call a 4 year inactive reservist duty, which you're signing on for 8 initially. My bad. I forgot to put that part in there for you. My bad. So then therefore if you do get out and say you went in at say 22, you got out at 26, that means you did your 4 years. You still got to register again for them 4 years inactive reserve, just in case they have that draft and your number get called.
Because they said if you served in the armed forces and are 26 and older but fail to register.
And it's telling you right there, your DD2 form 214 is evidence that your failure to register was not knowing and willful, which means that you knew, not knowing and willful, not knowing, not willful. So I didn't register willfully.
Boom! Just you feel
Knocked me
me?
into a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, man, that's what happened
Oh,
right there to the draft. If you 18 through 26 and you out here riding through the streets and acting hard, they
hey,
just
I'm gonna
draft.
tell you like this: you better get your paperwork done.
Hey, you better
You
go to
better take back
MW.
your mind, body, and soul.
You better go to MWEDU and get your status corrected.
Hold on. Depending on what status you fall in,
Man,
you
they
still
better
might be a citizen. You fall into that citizen, you still gotta register, bro.
they gonna be calling Midwest like, "Yo, Midwest, man,
Hey, I
tell
don't want to be a citizen no more.
tell 'em I'm not a US citizen."
I'm not my birth certificate.
Send them down the rabbit hole.
We're two separate people. They're gonna be like, oh my God, no. You're going, buddy. You see them big yellow footprints right there? Follow them.
Oh, you run, you know, because you took that walk.
hey, hey, bruh. I surely did.
Because I was
I,
about to say, I
and
was
I'll
about
be
to say,
honest.
what footprints? I was about to say, what footprints you talking about?
Hey, the same footprints that when you get ready to start walking down that line. You know them, yo. Them footprints that exist in that other line. Hey, that's bad that them, man, now that I think about it, that is so scandalous. They got a yellow line that you got to follow, if you get in jail, and then they got yellow footprints you got to follow if you go to the military.
Because it's all the same. They just trying to control you. It's a different form of control.
I'm just looking at it like just follow the footprints, just follow the line, follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Then remember, what did was the original shoes red or were they silver?
They were silver.
Now, so if you follow the yellow brick road, that's the gold, and you get to the silver and you click them. No place like home.
Uh, so you got your ruby red slippers on.
They had to put the ruby red to put people to sleep with the red pill, blue pill, instead of showing them that they needed silver. But that was just a whole nother conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That was a financial conversation right there. But
Yeah,
no,
because I was getting ready to say they threw the commodities out there without telling nobody.
mm-hmm.
It was frozen orange juice.
She said yellow and red is mind control. That's why Gervonta Davis got yellow and red right now on his shorts
With the purple in the middle.
with the purple in the middle for royalty. And then he just knocked out old boy in the 8th round. He
With the
baited him.
lavender shorts on.
Yeah, I think he baited him. I think Gervonta Davis baited him in the first 6 rounds because to me
He
he
did.
was
He said it. He said it. He said it. MB. He when he said it, he was like, I just wanted to let him wear himself down, and then it was that uppercut left. It was that left uppercut.
left uppercut woke him up like you money.
Then he came back with that right. It was like, ooh.
No, no, no. He
Or
came
was
with
it
lefts.
with the left again,
He came with an under left,
and
came
then
with
an
a
over left?
and it was over. That under
Yeah,
left, he was already asleep. And then with the over, when he came with that right hand punch, that was just a pushing like, man, that
just
dude.
to get him back.
hmm He didn't have enough power for Tank. He didn't
And
have.
this was Tank going up one or going up for the second time in the division in the weight class.
I think he went up twice so far.
Okay, so if this is his second one, that other weight class, the one right below this, would be his peak, his prime. The reason I say that is because you remember we was talking about the up and down, going up and down in weight.
Mm-hmm.
That will be it right there. That middle weight class is where he will dominate at completely, because that will be his perfect ideal weight. But he can lose weight and he can gain that little bit of weight and still either one have the power or have the speed and the power.
Yeah, but I believe Martin was just too small. He wasn't. You know, he wasn't in Gervonta's class. He kept him back. He was like, he kept jabbing. Bow, bow, giving him some flurries. 1, 2, 3. He was taxing him. But Tank just he ate it. He ate it. Like literally, give me those punches. So when
Mm.
I take you to deep waters, as soon as they got to the 6th, 7th round, man, Tank wore that boy down. Like it was all bad. It was almost like he was playing back with an amateur.
All right, so basically what he did was he let him throw all his big shots, like all 6 rounds. Like, you know what? I'm gonna let you give your best. I'm gonna really just let you throw your best right now. Throw
And
your
except
heart, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna accept it and play defense.
yeah,
And then I want to know when we go to the second half of the round, can you take mine?
yeah, that's exactly what he did basically.
And so by the time he got to his second round, which would be 7 and 8, it was one of those. He was so tired from, throwing his punches. He was like, man, I can't even take nothing no more right now. If I take a body blow, I might go ahead and, just pee on myself.
Yeah.
I might be wet all up and down the ring right now. Please don't give me no kidney punch.
Then Tank tore him up, baited him, then gave him that left. Boom. Had that boy sleep. I'm talking about to where the ref didn't even feel like, I don't even think the ref counted him out.
He just let Gervonta Davis turn around and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you already know what it is, bro.
Like, don't
Hey,
even try to get a.
but what about that knockout today with Boston and Dallas, though? Mm.
What?
Yes, that series is over with.
Oh, it's over?
It's a dundada.
I ain't even
That one.
that shit. I should have watched it.
I'm gonna tell you like this: Boston did that one. It was a dundada from the beginning. It was ugly. I'm gonna
Mm.
just say that it was ugly for Dallas the whole game. But I kind of figured that what happened was when Boston won that first game in Dallas, they was like, you know what, we'll go ahead and let them win this second game here and go on home and win it.
Mm.
And that's what they did. They went home and blew them the poo out.
It was all bad.
It was all bad from the first jump. I don't think Dallas ever took the lead. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't think Dallas ever took the lead. It was one of those they took off from the first quarter, bro.
Mm.
And
Dang.
if you take off from the first quarter and that other team don't catch up, I mean, I think the closest they might have got back was like maybe 8. They might have got within. I know after the second half they didn't get within like 10. Within the second half they didn't even get within 10.
Dang.
Yeah, it was an ugly one. Who was it? Al Harford. He finally got a ring. This
Uh,
dude, he was the second. He had the second longest streak of games, playoff games, I guess, without a ring. He's only outdone by Karl Malone.
mm.
So that's telling you when you done play for a team for so long and you ain't won no ring, you almost starting to feel like you suck. I mean, you start thinking about it like, what am I doing wrong?
True. True, true, true.
What can I do to change this? Because apparently I done been here for over 100 games and we ain't got no ring, not one. And I done played over 100 playoff games.
Mm. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that's why I said Karl Malone was the only one that topped him. And I think he had something like 138, 149, something like that.
Bad.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
Something ridiculous. Now you can get drafted and join the military and get out and rebuild refrigerators like me.
And as you build that refrigerator, it better make sure that it interferes with the doggone elections from Cuba.
Man, come
They're
on there.
Cuban refrigerators.
Let's just
They're Cuban refrigerators.
yeah. I think that was the best show though. Like that was a show. Even though that wasn't to me the fight of the year. To me, the fight of the year was Ryan Garcia and Devin. Because that was just like a Spock. How he knocked dude out. I was like
Blessings, showtime. Blessings, I see you calling it tonight. Thank you for showing up. Peace, peace. We appreciate it.
You already know Showtime. I catch you in the AM on MWEDU. For all of the people that tune in to us, usually we live on MWEDU in the morning. Y'all can catch us over there. Always got some good information that be flowing through the channels. It's all about network, teamwork, make the dream work. You got to get uncomfortable to get back comfortable for the rest of your life. That's why you got to learn something new and pursue your happiness and don't let nobody ever take that away from you. You got to take back your government. Your control is the way you think. That's your mind, your mentality. So when these boxers step in the ring, when Donald Trump try to go out there, become president, and he was facing his back against the wall. When we got all these new people coming across the borders trying to come into America and try to live, and now this draft coming on, we got to get uncomfortable. We got to get uncomfortable and step up to the plate. So until next time, y'all. Until next time, stay up, stay blessed. But we still got 15 minutes to keep it rolling. We still got 15 minutes to keep it going.
Hey, I really want to see how many of them people that say, I am so glad to be in America is gonna run to go and sign up now. They was getting all them free benefits and everything. It's one of those, hey, who
Yeah,
gonna be the first one to go and sign up and be like, I will defend these benefits? They're gonna look and be like,
I
this
got
is not my country.
see the only thing about me now, I used to be like, no, no, don't go to no military. Don't do none of this. I was that one. I was the guy from the hood that always said that. Until now that I'm a little older and now I see the ups, downs, the benefits, and I see the pros and cons. I see it more pros than cons. And that's from now experiencing life. You know, if you in and that's what you was gonna do, then you supposed to use that to your advantage and just don't BS. You can get your stuff together and be doing right. A lot of
And
people, huh?
I can say it's a real brotherhood. To be honest, no matter which branch you go into, it is a brotherhood. It's a forever brotherhood. And then even if you are in your individual branches as a veteran, that's an even bigger brotherhood.
Mm,
So there comes with it camaraderie, not just the fact of you have all this, you get to travel all over the world, you get to meet all these people, you get to, yes, there are dangers within these jobs that you choose. Not every job is going to be sitting in the background pushing paper. No, no, no. Some people actually got to get out there and do the dirty work. And not everybody is happy with that, but that's their job. And those are the ones that get more respect than others, but all of those that are in there still get their respect. And it's one of those where that brotherhood, that camaraderie. I got friends that I still have, when I was in the military, I got friends from when my parents were in the military. You see what I'm saying, bro? I know people from when mom and pops was over and overseas and doing things. I'm communicating with them and like, hey, ain't you? And they like, yeah, I got kids now that's about your age. What? You ain't had no kids when I knew you back then. And I was just a little tyke, barely, knee high to a grasshopper.
true.
So that brotherhood and that camaraderie is forever. It's something that nobody will ever be able to break.
Yeah, but they need that. They needs to take that back to the communities though. Because a lot of people that been in the military when they do get out and some of them don't have like how can I say it? proper guidance. Some of them that did go in, they went in the right direction to where when they came out, they were set up to be successful. Some of them went in, ended up being on front line or doing something that made their mind go a little to the left. And now when they got out, now we have a lot of homeless and military vets that are out here that's just in the streets. So it's like, hold on, where's the balance? Why would we want to sign up when, yes, we want to defend our land, but are we going to come out feeling like them? Are we going to come out messed up? Are they going to come out with PSD? Are they going to come out sick? We seen what happened to the blacks with the Tuskegee Airmen experiment, how they gave all them black men syphilis. They sent all these, so imagine that. They sent all of our little people 18 through 24. That means they can wipe out a whole generation, a whole new
True.
generation.
True. You right on that.
It's like, oops, it was COVID.
Nah, that was that draft.
Exactly.
That was that draft that took them out.
Now, is this the art of war? Is this them playing war on their own people?
Because think about this. The other part of that is this. A lot of the wars aren't even fought on the front lines anymore. Most of them are not even person-to-person combat kills.
They
Most
drone
of them are
they
now drone strikes.
screens and drone strikes.
Yeah. So if they're using drone strikes, what do they need a draft for? Unless
Mm,
there is a bigger war coming.
there's a bigger agenda.
Yes, think about it. You remember last time Trump was in office, he brought up what was the newest branch of military?
The Space Force.
In order to expand a branch, you have to have people. And Space Force is combined of a select few from each of the divisions of the other branches, just like any other special forces unit.
True.
So therefore, in order to increase the numbers in one, you must increase the numbers in all.
And that's why they're trying to do a massive draft.
Yeah.
I was watching, I was watching them talk about how each part of the forces didn't reach their quota. Different percentages were missing, 10, 20, 30%. People was just not there. Nobody wanted to go. I see that, Sharon. You said they killing reproduction numbers. That's what they doing. They taking people off slowly. And then they figure, hey, if we send them to this draft and let them go through and do this, ain't no telling what the bigger agenda is. But some, like I say, it's always a plus and it's always a minus. And you just got to go with your gut instinct.
Hey, you kind of right on the reproductive numbers too, because the thing about that is they always said the world was going to be full of too many people.
How is that physically possible? It can't be. Look,
I know what I just said.
that's,
I know what I just said. The world will be full of too many people.
yeah.
But think about it, bro. But think about it. It has been done before, and the world has been cleansed of people. So therefore, if it starts to get overcrowded, nature and the creator has a way of cleansing it.
True.
And so if that's the case, and they're trying to basically stall the cleanse, because then think about all the accounts, as we were saying before, all the accounts that got cashed in, we can say.
Mm.
All the
Straw man.
what'd you say? All the squatter rights?
No, I said all the straw man accounts.
Yeah, all the strawman accounts that got cashed in during this war that just occurred.
They got 1099 acquisition and abandonment of property.
Yes. For every one of them people that got killed over there, there's a Jane and John Doe. Because once they become positively identified, then all of a sudden we know that estate is no longer going to be used.
An abandoned estate.
And the family will know, the family is in so much grief, they'll never know to go ahead and go and apply for the estate and to probate it.
Hold on, where that
So
button?
therefore, the government gets cashed out once again. And what do? Pay out their bills to whoever they owed it to.
Cash me outside.
Cash me outside, homie.
Yeah, this been a good one. This been another phenomenal, amazing. What the Monday? This is episode 4, y'all. Episode 4. Y'all know before we get off, we always hit y'all with a little bit of that what, bro? Business.
Yes, yes, yes. So let's go ahead and pull it up one good time. Where's our silver at for the day? Let's go ahead and see. Let's share that up one time. We're going to go ahead and present, share screen. Today, our silver is at 29.60. So that's a good, we're down 5 cents today, 5 cents. So that means tomorrow morning we'll open up at 29.60. So what I think I'm going to start doing is I'm going to go ahead and keep the Mondays and Fridays. So then that way you can see over the days and weeks how everything grows and progresses. And if you do that, then you'll also see why we keep an eye on certain things and watch the market, because some of these commodities affect other things. We're not talking frozen orange juice and silver, but we are talking about the relation of gold and silver. Copper, for instance, all of those type things. Metals affect metals, fruits and vegetables affect fruits and vegetables. And we know that, we waiting on the Fed to go ahead and shoot out a new interest rate on them bonds and stocks. We can always see what's going on over here in Fidelity, see what their markets are looking like for the day. The NASDAQ, S&P, see how everybody is doing. Because you definitely want to make sure, if you don't have any yet, you definitely want to make sure that you get some. Get you some stocks.
And also, bro, pull up that debt clock.
Oh, the debt clock, definitely.
Yeah,
In fact, I'll pull up the debt clock while I'm pulling everything else. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna share this tab with you right there. You see it right there?
yeah.
Boom, there you go.
Do they
Let's
got
see
that?
if they got the nope.
No secret screen.
No secret squirrel.
Or do you just not? Are you just not getting it? Let me see.
Why don't you check your screen?
I am, but I'm supposed to do it on my other computer.
Let's see. We're gonna hit this gold and precious metals right here. Let's see where we at. We are definitely up 35.87% on production since 2000, which means we are at 1 billion, no, 18 billion. 975,885,800. Oh, it's going down. 700 ounces on the reserve. And so the production is actually going up. We're at 424,814,700 ounces that has already been produced. So that's actually pretty good. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Gold is only at 50 million ounces. So the prices on that stuff is where you're going to really want to. Hey, that's outstanding, Sharon. That's outstanding. I'm glad to see you did that, because that's what we need to start doing, is purchasing more silver and gold and commodities and stuff like that for stocks and bonds for our kids, instead of getting them toys. So then that way, by the time they get to college, they got some money stashed away. They'll start learning about financial education versus, let me get this new Power Ranger or this new Cabbage Patch or the new PS5 or 7 that's getting ready to come out. Let me get, Grand Theft Auto 12, and then go and practice it in the streets for real. Instead of doing that, we start teaching about financial education. That'd be all right. I got one TV in my house, and my kids don't watch it.
Hmm.
And that's just real. So S&P, we looking good right now. Compared to the dollar, it's at $5,473.23. It's up 41.63% today. That's nice. That means we have a little bit of rise in it. We getting a little bit of rise.
It's looking all right. All right, all right, all right.
All right, all right. And so with that being, hey, we up on silver, we up on gold. We up on gold, we down on silver, 4 cents. We up on platinum, $3.35. It's up at 985.95 cents. Palladium, $927.15. It's down $1.45. Rhodium, it's even right now. Rhodium is a good solid one that I've seen that it keeps a stable price. That one keeps a real stable price. And then copper is also at like $4.45 an ounce. And that's going to be down a penny. Yeah, copper. That's for, hey, you just need something to toss out there. Get you some copper. If nothing else, get you something.
Something. If you
I
don't
don't
get nothing, then you ain't trying to get out of your situation.
You really ain't. You
Mm.
really ain't. You really ain't. If you ain't got something, at least one something. One something that'll help get your feet moving. I don't care if it's a hard commodity, if it's a paper commodity, if you invested in yourself. Make sure that whatever you're doing is growing. It grows. And until you get to a point where you feel like you're comfortable, make sure that it's aggressive. Be aggressive in it. That's something that I suggest right now, because the market can change at any point in time, and with that happening, that means that, one day you might be here, one day it might not. But if you got you some commodities that actually don't lose value, because in the last 3 years, I would have to say, in 3 years, silver alone has gone up at least $11, $12 on a stable, consistent rise. Some people may say that's not a lot, but you got to think about what you're doing. Are you doing this for you, or are you doing this for your generations ahead? Because we've lived our lives for the most part, and we're trying to put things in place for our families. So is savings going to be for you or for the ones ahead? And if it's a nice, solid foundation, Like MB said earlier, silver and gold. Nice solid silver and gold foundation. You Gucci. You good. You Googleplex.
A Google
You
Play.
will be Googleplex. For some of y'all that don't know, I'll let you go look that one up. And next week we can come back and talk about it.
Next week. What the Monday?
And with that being, as MB would say, go ahead and run it. One heart, one soul, one mind, one goal. Until we meet again, my friends. Amen, amen, amen.
Peace out, y'all. Peace out.